All right, it seems like we are ready. So the revealed game is... Go ahead, liar, exaggerate.
The greediest Game Boy game ever, Godzilla. The most menacing, troubling, demented, dangerous, just diabolical, monstrous... Oh, wait. While this is going, I'm gonna...
Look at the cute little Godzilla!
That's Godzilla!
But he's so cute!
And...
What is that?
Hey guys! I'm Baragon!
Now listen! I gotta tell you!
Mechagodzilla's like, hey, how's it going?
He's like doing a robot.
Hey, there, yeah, that's true. His sprite is perfect, by the way. So, yeah, this is, Godzilla on the Game Boy. This is,
That's what my guess was gonna be.
it is Hydra. He's a little bit of a, he's nuts in this game. So, the story, as you can tell, is, Godzilla's son, Minilla, has been kidnapped. And you have to go find him. That task is represented in the game quite uniquely, which you will see in just a second. Yeah. Full Rodan.
The mini versions are so much cuter.
I know!
This is gonna be the cutest one, I bet.
That's something from Mario 2.
Aww! Kinky drop. Aww. And he bites like Raisin, too. Okay, so, let's get this started. What do you guess this game is gonna look like once I start playing it?
Chibis? Godzilla?
Yeah, both of those are terrible guesses.
I was right, chibis!
We're going to climb vines and punch things with a fist. Hang on. That big.
Nice.
What in the fuck is going on?
There are 64 levels. They're arranged. It's arranged in a grid, and it's basically a labyrinth. So we have to get to the basically level 37. So the way you win is by punching blocks, or boulders rather, and then choosing which arrow to go to, which takes you to another level. We will be taking the most efficient way to the ending, but it is by no means an efficient game. So you can punch enemies, you can knock boulders into them. Hydra up there with the big black eyes cannot be killed with punching, and thus he is the most obnoxious of the bosses. Anguillus is really fast. Rodan can fly at you, so he can just bypass all that stuff. Doesn't need any ladders, unlike these other giant monsters. Mechagodzilla... I don't know what Mechagodzilla's deal is, or Baragon's, they're just there. So, as you can see, you have to punch the boulders in a specific way. You cannot jump, you can't climb, you can only move, like, you know, across planes and up ladders. So, it's more or less a puzzle game. Like, you have to do it exactly right, or you don't get it. Yeah. And, it's briefly touched on in the movies, but Godzilla's an expert vine climber. He doesn't even actually need to really... He can just kind of walk across them.
But my mind is blown here. The only Godzilla game I have is the Nintendo.
You just slaughter them?
Yeah. And probably the most deaths in this run, like I'm basically gonna end this run with probably like 30 plus lives, but the thing that causes the most death is punching boulders and then walking into them. Because if you walk into a boulder while it's moving, it will kill you. And Godzilla does explode. This is like Super Mario Land in that respect. And in fact, you have a suicide button too, so you can just make Godzilla explode if you messed up. So if I mess up in this run, you'll get to see that. Oh, by the way, there's a giant dick in the center. If you guys didn't notice. Yeah. It's This game is really trying to send a message. By the way, how do I get down there? I don't know. Oh, just climb down the door. That's a thing you can do. And the monsters, by the way, the game, apparently the programmers didn't really know what to do with them. So sometimes they'll just make them suicide themselves, like constantly, to minimize your distractions. And then you get these cutscenes sometimes with this great music. And they give you hints. This hint, destroy all rocks and advance to the next scene. The thing you just did like 4 times already.
Why didn't they tell you that in the beginning of the game?
And the music, as you can tell, is really menacing. This is very evocative of the monster movies. So as you can see, you can punch a gigantic hourglass, which, according to the scale in the movies, would be anywhere between 500 and 1,000 feet tall. And that causes the monsters to stop. You can also punch a lightning bolt, and that destroys everyone. So, yeah, Godzilla on the Game Boy.
So does it matter which arrow you go into?
Yes. The whole plan, see, is a grid like that. And, if you didn't have the whole game memorized, then you would just have to basically trial and error your way through through the thing.
I noticed some of the blocks blow up.
It's kind of weird collision detection. And in fact, if you punch them too fast while you're punching them into those holes, you might punch one too many, and then the hole only be 2 boulders tall, and you can't walk across it because you cannot climb or anything. So
They're really huge and heavy. You can't.
yeah, I mean, exactly. The scale of Godzilla is really well represented here for a portable game. The stage is a little annoying because, as you can see, the only way you can get up there is to climb these vines and drop down and repeat. As you can see, Hydra just can get knocked. But he has a fun glitch that I'll be exploiting later if I can manage. That I kind of discovered with him. One of them is that he can't really catch you if you don't get to the very top of the vine. If you just punch the boulder a little early, he'll overpass you, and thus... See, like, a lot of these stages, if they're really straightforward like this, it's just don't take damage, because that lower right health bar... Okay, so this is the best part of the game. Or not best part of the game, but this is something I really like. I'll destroy anyone. But, that's an infamous Godzilla quote, by the way, from the
Yeah.
monster himself.
He looks very menacing there.
He's just pacing around.
So, here's how this stage goes. See, I just avoided being crushed. If you aren't walking to the left as the stage starts, you will die. There are 3 stages in the efficient run that's actually like that. And, you know, you either just lose a life until you figure out what to do, or... Yeah.
And it's 500 feet tall.
Yeah.
Did you not have to walk into an arrow for that stage?
It appeared, like, right as I punched
Oh,
that
okay.
last boulder. That's just how I planned it.
And so that's how you advance, is destroy all the boulders.
Yeah, destroy the boulders, hit the arrows, don't die. And don't trap yourself. It's very easy to trap yourself. I studied these pretty thoroughly, so... I'll try and point out where there's some really obvious, like, nonsense.
So it's like Adventures of Lolo, but...
It really, yeah, it pretty much is. And these spikes right here are auto kill for the enemies and you. And the enemies just kind of walk right into them. They'll just keep doing that. Until I appear on this other side and... Oh, come on. As you can see, there's no collision detection, so the enemies... There's the glitch. Like, if you punch Hydra, like, exactly in the right spot on a vine, he'll just sail across the screen, and sometimes he'll come out the other side. The other thing, if you notice I'm climbing these vines awkwardly, it's because once you punch, it automatically starts making you go left, even if you are pushing up. So you have to, like, realign yourself, otherwise you'll just walk right off the vine. And even though you think I might be able to walk into that thing, that one little spike over there will kill me. So I have to climb up and around and drop into it.
Wow.
There's a harsh lesson you have to learn. This is one of the first stages where you can really screw it up if you don't do the puzzle. See, I couldn't walk across and punch these boulders if I punched those boulders in a different order. So, That's going to appear a lot, and in fact, the last stages are entirely that. So, we'll get to them, though.
Kind of a neat little game, despite having nothing to do with Godzilla.
Yeah, I actually really like it. I actually really want to explore all the stages that I haven't played through. You can totally, like, just take a trip. So this is one that's very puzzly. So you have to punch this boulder down here. And instead of punching those boulders from that side on top of it, you have to take it over here to exactly that spot. And, in this exact order, because if you stack the boulders next to each other and punch one, the other one will blow up. Yes. We got that one. Then we punch across here. Punch that lightning, take care of them. Then we take the remaining boulder over to this side, where we then climb up to the top, and you can't actually, since we're punching to the left, we can't take that rightmost boulder, so we just have to kind of plop it down over here and leave it alone for now.
I'm surprised they actually have a different, like, sprite for when you're punching a boulder or when the boulder's in movement. Unless that's just a result of the way it's rendered.
The reason I chose the all-green color scheme is because the boulder in all the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance iterations turns bright red when it's being punched. Like when it's moving. So it is a different sprite. And, yeah, I don't know why that is. Lazy programming? I don't know. But, oh yeah, that's another stage. I just lost it. There's no way I can now defeat this thing, so we're gonna try again. We have to punch that and then dodge that. So that's how that stage goes. And these enemies are just going to... As you can see, there's no hope for them. They're just gonna walk right into those spikes until... except for Rodan. Until I win.
We're gonna get ya.
Yeah, they're like... Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh my god. As you can see, Rodan's not much of a challenge, just more of an annoyance. And the game also has the nasty habit of spawning, or in a normal, like, I busted all the boulders now thing, like, it'll put an exit right next to you that is the wrong exit, and it will take you back. Some of them will take you back up to 10 levels. Yeah. You can, so he has this thing where, like, if any pixel of him is still on something, like, he can still be walking on it. So, yeah. And that's something you actually, not only is that an oversight in, like, the programming, you literally have to use that to defeat most of the stages, so it's, there's no knockback or anything, they just keep doing damage until you blow up. Yeah, it's on the bottom right. No. If it was, I would not be playing this. So here's another convenient one. See, it spawned me next to a boulder that's useless, so I had to destroy that one, and then go up here and bounce this one and take it all the way back over there. If I didn't do that, I can't beat the level. And then you have to know that it goes under the breakable there. There's a lot of... I can't imagine how much time it takes to figure these out without the assistance of Game Facts, of which there is one, and it's extremely helpful. So, that's, I forgot the guy's screen name, but props to him. So this one, I have to knock this over by climbing halfway down that vine, and then punching it over. It's like there's so many things that you have to do in this game that look like glitches. And how do I get that over? By walking all the way out to the end where my pixels aren't even touching it. All to get that one boulder that's up there. Yes, this isn't tedious at all. Here's one stage that's actually, oh man. It's so amazingly tedious. Can't wait to show you guys. Yeah.
I've got a couple donations real quick. Oh, hi, it's a Balthazar donating $10. Did I hear something about shaving the animals? I hear their fur is quite valuable. No?
Oh, here's another one, by the way.
Might as well save them
Not
either
fast
way.
enough. This is the popcorn stage. The reason I say is because it's like popcorn in a Bubble Bobble, except it says, "Good luck." It's not. It's the enemy nest. That's just where they spawn out of. It's a very simple stage, but it's the third of the stages that just insta-kills you if you aren't. See that right there? That will take me so far out of the way that I would have to reset. I have to go all the way over here.
Wow.
Yeah. You just gotta know it. But that's the end of the insta-kill stages. Now we're into the stages that look really intimidating, but actually are not. Because sometimes they just throw an excessive amount of boulders out there just to confuse you, whereas the answers are pretty simple. For this one, I have to build a bridge over to that vine so I can cross over into that part of the stage. And again. Now, this one's fun. I try and make sure Hidra's not in the way, because if he's frozen right there, then I can't punch him out of the way, and he'll constantly do damage. So if I do that, climb down those vines, if I freeze him at the wrong time, it'll kill me. Because I won't be able to get past him.
All the item drops are the same.
Yeah, they're consistent. You can punch the rock hanging from the ladder, which I did like 10 stages ago.
So they're giving you the advice after you already figured it out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the third stage is like punch boulders to proceed to the next stage. In this one we get to see how dumb the enemies are. They actually won't follow me. They'll follow me up this one vine and they get stuck on that platform. They won't know to go up this one. Which I just love this, that the programmer's like, well, what do we do? We'll just put half vines there. Like, how do we get Godzilla up here? It's very much like, I don't know. It's like they just had these 4 things they could do and they just played around with them however they could. So this is the most tedious stage in the game because as you can see I did all that, went around there, punched those boulders down, I'm punching this boulder over this way. In order to get back to that door to punch those remaining 3 boulders, I have to loop all the way back around the very top of this and drop out of the first hole I went down. So just all this walking for no reason to get over here. And then over here, punch these. And where's the exit up here? Up there. Get away from me. So now I gotta do the whole thing over again, just to leave the stage. And if you go down that down one, that's the wrong one. It actually is really good music. I'm very into it.
And it's the same song, like...
I hope Josh and Noel are in the chat. Shoutouts to them if they are. They're the ones who introduced me to the concept of this game. So this one is very like, you have to do it exactly right. You would want to punch that boulder through those breakables, but don't do it, you'll lose. You have to punch it down there and through those breakables, reach across, punch that one. Don't punch this one all the way. You punch it to the other side of that vine, then to down there, and then follow it. So a lot of the stages are going to be like that from here on out. Just like, it makes no sense and you have to do it perfectly or you lose.
So lots of trial and error.
Yeah.
Or game facts.
Ah, good, I did it fast enough. Now they're all going to run into that spike. I love the sound. Doink. This is another one of those. It's like, how are you even supposed to know this? Punch that there. Punch the top one first, otherwise you'll blow up the bottom one, because you need exactly 4 for this. And then, how am I going to get to that other one? Oh yeah, Godzilla can just kind of walk across. As long as they're, you know, like that. Like it's, you know, basically you can just walk across gaps as long as you're attached to a vine. I don't know how that really works. They have yet to turn that into a film. But
How many levels is this game?
We're about 15 level. We're a little over halfway through. It's there's 64 total. Oops. And we have to get to. We're going through 31 stages, basically.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Check out that bass line.
Uh-huh, it's really good, isn't it? Yeah, this might be my favorite song. Or the... I don't know. By the way, you notice they put the spawn point right over a spike pit.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. I guess they just wanted to send Rodan after you. Like I said, I think the programmers were just like, well, we gotta do something.
Levels are unique enough.
It's a very limited template. Like, you've technically seen the whole game now, it's just different arrangements. Oh, yeah, so we gotta go up there. This is one of those where you just start pulling out your hair instantly, but once you learn it, it's so easy. We have to form an L bridge over to walk across that thing. And then without stacking them, like, in a certain way, we have to... A good hint, I suppose, if you're trying to sort of figure these things out for yourself, is breakables are usually a target. So, like, that's kind of like your hint. And by the way, you notice there are no enemies in this stage. Like, if the puzzles are very hard, usually they won't even throw the enemies at you. But, the one we haven't seen yet, which is King Ghidorah, Ghidorah, whatever, they call him Ghidorah in this, is, he is the, like, the invincible ghost in Bubble Bobble. If you take too much time, he shows up, and he can't be hurt or even knocked back, so he just basically comes and eats you. Again, a lot like Raisin. One exit, thankfully. Ugh. This one's annoying because the enemies are very salty by this point. And this, I like to crush Hydra whenever I can, because he's the one that will really mess you up. And this one, again, it's going to look like we're glitching it out in order to win.
So are those some breakables you can't even drop?
Yeah, they're just there. I don't know why they're there. So we got to get down here, punch this one, and walk all the way across it, punch that one. Away.
So cute.
Then break through that one. This one is one of my favorites because it's just like seriously a puzzle. Yeah, right. Middle. And like I believe actually when I first played through this game, I tried to figure everything out for myself, and I think this is like maybe the last stage I got to before I gave up. I was like, what is like game packs, please?
Yeah, wiggle.
Yeah, I know.
Wiggle.
He has a wobbly lizard thing. Ah, I fucked it up. I was supposed to get up there and punch that one.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, I lost. Reset. This is why I didn't want to call this a speed run, because I didn't want to be locked into not being able to restart my levels. Because, you know, you have to memorize 31 levels worth of punching boulders in stupid ways. So, like, yeah, I could turn that into a speed run, but wouldn't you like to know?
Bag of holding?
And then, so what we're going to wind up with here is a 3-piece bridge to knock this one down, and then turn this one into another 3-piece bridge, then knock this one out, and then sort of paw these over this way. And don't even think of going up to that one.
What's so bad about boulders, anyways?
Godzilla hates those boulders, man. This is another one that it looks really straightforward, but things like, for instance, you have to punch all these boulders from the left. Like, that is a hard rule. Like, if you punch them from the right, you will lose. That one, you just have to break it, and then... And then if you punch that lower thing, you will lose. If you punch it first, because you won't be able to get back up and get to those. If you punch those to the right, or to the left instead of the right, you will lose. It's just...
Oh, because then they fall from the spot.
Yeah, there's a deceptive level of perfection that has to be used. And then you have to climb halfway down the vine and risk death, and then they put the exits right next to each other. And on the map at this point, we're like, what is even going on here? No, that would be terrible. It's already bad enough I'm going through half of them. This is the most efficient run from the beginning to the end. It encompasses 31 of the stages, of which we're now at like 25 or 26. We're actually pretty close to the end. It is funny to me that near the end of the game, they stop throwing enemies at you.
Like, oh, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You got
Well,
this far.
maybe too many enemies spawned over that spike pit and got eliminated. So now there are no more.
lives.
Yeah. I myself have 24 lives at the moment, so I'm sitting pretty.
Oh, those are lives? I thought
Mhm.
those were
It's like 2.5 balls.
24 Godzillas. So GameFAQs says to bust that one up in that corner first and then these, but it's faster to do it this way because you'll actually be blocked in by the correct exit. Which is right there. Yay, we're back to stage 1 music. I really love this song, actually.
Gimmick cover?
I would love to, yeah. So this one's another one where it's just... I commonly have to restart this one because it's so dumb. Like, you have to do that. That's the only way to do that. And then knock these over, and then follow them, and knock this one over. Otherwise, you will never win this stage. And then this part of it. Yeah, and the purpose is that they're set exactly to where you can't win unless, like, to where you have to do it a very specific way. And, like, it's one of those things where it's like you're trying to figure out the stages, like the vines are kind of like your way of knowing what to do. So yeah, I would have probably messed that up if I didn't do it just this morning. This one is the only stage in the... I messed it up. This stage is the only one where, aside from that one move I just messed up, you can actually just kind of freeform it. It's just getting away from the enemies, because the boulders are all in plain sight. You can't get trapped other than what I just did, which is say you can't knock those stacks over because won't be able to get up here. So this one, yeah, it annoys me greatly. Because of the constantly, I don't know. But we can get across here. Punch this and I'll be fine. Just get around Hydra and we'll be fine. Come down here. Come down here, Hydra. Can I don't want to risk it. If he goes halfway up or down the vine, you can punch him and he'll sail all the way across the screen. Apart from that, you just have to do this. Just kind of... You saw that thing again where I started to go to the left. That was... Okay.
That was scary.
Yeah. This is the final 3 stages of the game.
Yeah.
They're entirely puzzle. There are no more enemies in this entire game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even a final boss.
Oh, I probably spoiled that. Because it totally, like, makes you think there's going to be a final boss. Oh well, whatever. I mean, there kind of is. There is kind of a final boss.
Let me guess. It's a boulder.
It's just a super big boulder. You gotta keep punching pieces off of it.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty good.
exactly. Attack on Gigan. There's no Gigan in this game. It makes me sad. So again, we're doing this whole thing where we have to cross over by punching the boulder to the other side of a vine and then back again. That occurs a lot in this game. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna climb up that line.
Some of these puzzles are actually kind of tricky.
They're very tricky, especially these last 3 stages. I just had to memorize them thoroughly.
I feel like I would have gotten a lot farther in school. Been smarter if this had been a requirement.
Right?
This like really makes you think.
So we move down to here, punch these guys, and make a hard decide. Now this one, you go down or up, and if you look at the plan, you're like, well, I should obviously go up, but you have to go down. Because we're going to curl into the final stage.
So is there a method to the plan? Is there a specific?
Yes, we're taking the most efficient path. So otherwise we would have to go through a lot more stages, and we don't want that.
I mean, is the object to go to a specific X on the map?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a certain room where Manila is being held, and we have to rescue him. Like they make it look like you can't even do that. So this stage is a little tricky because we can't destroy any boulders until the very end, and so we have to not only stack them in a certain way, like we can't stack too many of them down there, or else we'll block ourselves in. And yeah. And this is the stage of no return. That is to say, there's nowhere to go but the final stage after this one. So, no more getting lost. I do like Godzilla's kind of casual. Just got this blank expression and just like this kind of...
Yeah, I like his placid face.
Yeah.
It's very refreshing.
He has, like,
I'll destroy anyone who interferes with me.
He has no sense of urgency. Oh, my kid.
All that to bridge across here, punch this boulder down, and then just punch them all in a row.
Wow.
Yep. Alright, final stage, guys.
Alright.
Watch the hype. Oh my god.
Man.
It's Ghidra. Manila is just ahead. You'll see me again. And then, no, he's not here. He's not here at all.
Wow.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you caught me. I'm wrong.
Yeah. The only way you'll see him is if you're really slow. If you like just waste too much time, which I just did. I fucked it up. All right. I think I'll show you guys Ghidra before I beat it because he's actually pretty funny. Wait, did I just do it again? Yeah, I did. I'm supposed to punch that boulder on the left, back up into there. It's the final stage. Give me a break.
Get your shit together.
I'm so nervous. I don't know if I'm gonna win. I only have 26 lives. Alright, ignore that, and then we punch that one into there. Okay, now we're back on the right track. So the main trick to this stage is that you have to put these boulders down here and create an assembly line where you punch that one once, that one twice, and then that one back across. Otherwise, it will wind up in that hole, and we're basically building from this side. And, yeah.
So the boulders can hang onto the vines? Is that what just happened?
Did I just... No, I didn't. No, I did. I could have actually walked back around there and fixed it, but it would actually take longer.
I love seeing the thought process and Godzilla's hesitation. Just like, did I?
Yeah.
Crap.
Well, better self-detonate.
Yeah, better blow up Godzilla. Wait, did I? Yeah, okay. I did screw that up earlier. Okay. I'm still like, could I have recovered from that? No. It's like Tetris Attack, man. You gotta see the moves ahead, and you gotta punch that boulder over again to kind of reset it. So the reason that I punched that boulder over is to cross over to that vine. So if I punch that boulder over, I have to go all the way around here and knock it back into place before I can go back over here. Because the goal is to get to that top leftmost boulder, which now we have created a bridge across all these vines to do so. And then after that, it's just using the assembly line to get them all in a row down there. Down here, this one. And that's why I set that boulder back over there, so it could land on top. Punch it once, punch it twice, punch it again. Punch that over twice again. Yes. We're on the right track. Oh yeah, gotta go back up this way again. Okay, so that's complete. And you just punch this boulder to destroy it, which we could have actually done a little earlier and saved some seconds, but whatever. I already blew myself up 4 times to get through this stage. So I'm gonna let Ghidra appear before I beat the game, because it'll take like a couple of seconds. And I like when he shows up.
So this is the end of the game right there?
This is the end of the game. We're very close. And then we still have that final boss to confront. Because Ghidra said, "You'll see me again."
Does it take him? Oh,
He's
never
like,
mind.
"Sorry I'm late, guy. Okay."
Gonna get you.
Oh,
That's the end.
the end.
Now here's that ending we beat 31 levels to see. Oh God!
It's like E.T.
This song is great, by the way. Oh, look at him.
You sing that thing?
Thank you, Daddy.
That is terrifying.
Godzilla Daddy saves the day. Yep.
That's like...
This song is jamming, by the way.
Holy smokes.
Is there like an...
Chat is thoroughly disturbed by this.
There it is.
Oh, the end.
Yeah.
So you're right when Godzilla was like aliens.
So the whole game to rescue this thing. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lobos. Thank you. Awesome Games Done.
Good job, Liar Exaggerate. Thank you for running that for us.
Hoorays.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, you're good. There might be a modded one down there. Yeah, just check. I think there's 2 over there. Maybe. All right, as you can see, that run was about an hour faster than the estimate. So we'll try and sap what we can out of the next upcoming runs. Up next is Yoshi's Island by the Crispy 22, which is one of my favorite games. So if you've not played it, do it. We got some donations during that run. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay, $25 from the Unicorn in Your Kitchen, who says, I'm in your kitchen donating to your causes. Yours truly, Twitch user. Thank you, Unicorn. Lost Cause donates $100 and says, thanks to all the runners putting this on and supplying entertainment. Glad to be able to donate to the cause. I think it's an excellent charity. Who knows where we would be without awesome games to play. Hype for Dark Souls 2 reboot this week and save the animals. And $10 from Pixel K on the couch. Save the animals, save the kaiju.
Yay.
Now I'm on the couch.
There, she's on the couch. Perfect. Perfect.
I was on the other couch.
Actually, the Japanese version of the game makes more sense.